If you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard of DonutSMP. Well, today I'm going to be rating DonutSMP on 4 different criterias. So to the people who are living under rocks, let me explain a little bit about this. First of all, it has some survival mechanics and it has cash. Yeah, I know, little weird. It also has some things called shards, which you get from AF King. And there's a few different other stuff that I'll explain maybe later in some of this reviews that I'm doing. Now I'm going to rate DonutSMP on 4 criterias. The criterias will be the lobby, the survival mechanics, the PvP, and all of the non-vanilla features. First of all, I'm going to start off with the lobby. The lobby is a really great place. You usually spawn in there at the start of the game and it's pretty basic, but it has a lot of different things that really make it cool. First of all, you can go to different places using the lobby. First, you can go to the RTP zone, which you can go to the Nether, the Overworld, and the End. And also, it has a duel system, which lets you duel other players depending on your rank. Like if you really just start off, you have a 0% win rate, so it'll pair you up with someone who just started out. If you have a really good win rate, it'll pair you up with someone who's super good at PvP. It's a really great place to start off, and it has some really cool looks to it. Especially in Halloween, it has some special stuff. You can kill bats for money in Halloween, which is a really cool feature. Number 2, survival. Survival is a normal Minecraft world, pretty much, but you're playing with other players. And what I do in survival is I go make a base, usually under oceans. I can make a video on this later, explaining how to hide your base, since there are other players playing. But I think the survival mechanics are really cool. Some of the non-vanilla features are also in it, which we'll be talking about at the end. Now let's move on to number 3, PvP. DonutSMP is probably mainly known for its crystal PvP. If you don't know what crystal PvP is, it's where you blow up other players with crystals and obsidian. I play crystal PvP myself, and I think DonutSMP is a really good spot to practice. You can buy off Auction House, and you can buy off /shop. What I mean is about the money aspect, you can buy different things and you can battle in duels. Duels are a great way to earn money, but they're very hard. They're lots of fun, and they'll rank you depending on your skills. This is why I really like DonutSMP. Oh, and also, I forgot one last thing. There's also something called RTP zone, which pretty much teleports you and every other player standing in this zone to the same spot in the overworld. Then you all battle. It's a lot of fun, I do it all the time with my friends, and we usually get a few kills and we get some loot. It's a lot of fun. And for last and not least, we're going to be talking about non-vanilla features. DonutSMP is definitely not just a normal survival server. Like what survival server has cash, or shards, or what are all of this stuff? Well, I'm going to explain this. So these non-vanilla features are actually really good. Some of you guys might be like, oh no, this is going to be super bad, but this is actually amazing. It has things from cool new pickaxes, like an amethyst pickaxe, which is super expensive but breaks 9 blocks at the same time. It's a really cool pickaxe. And there's some other stuff that you have. There's a lot of different amethyst tools, which are very cool aspect that they added. There's also some other things like cash and shards and a few different other things. I'm going to be explained cash. Cash you can use as currency, like if you type in chat /AH, you will be directed to a page that says Auction House. You can search up different things that other players are selling and you can buy them for cash. You might be wondering, how do I get cash? You can sell on AH, or you can sell it to /SHOP. You can do /SELL to S-sell stuff, but I will be explaining more in depth about this in another video if you guys would like me to. And also, shards are a different thing. You can buy things called crates, which give you different items that you can pick out of a certain range. It's not random, you get to pick it. It's a really cool feature, and I think if DonutSMP didn't have it, it wouldn't be DonutSMP. You get shards from waiting in an AFK area, which pretty much means you just stay there and you get a shard every minute. Most crates cost about 2,000 shards. The cheapest one costs 250, but that crate is a common crate. And common crates you get every hour on playing DonutSMP. That really wraps it up. Now I'm going to be rating on all these different criterias. First we talked about lobby, then we talked about survival, then we talked about PvP, and then last but not least we talk about non-vanilla features. I'm going to be starting off with lobby. As I said, the lobby has really cool aesthetics. I'm going to have to give the lobby a 9.5 out of 10. A solid rating that I think Dr. Donut the Man would like this rating. Survival. I think survival is really good. It still keeps main aspects from the game. It's a fun game where you raid people's different bases and it's just normal survival. That's why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It could have done a little bit better by adding maybe something special to it, but I think it's pretty good if you ask me. Number 3, PvP, also known as player versus player. PvP on DonutSMP is extraordinary. It has literally main modes for this game. It's not just survival, you find a player then you kill him. This game is amazing. I love the PvP aspect. There's duels, which is such a great idea, and the RTP zone, which is fun if you have a group of team members. That's why I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This is everything I could have asked for. Yeah, sure, maybe you could add something else, but this is so great. I don't know how it can rate this low. Now we're moving on to the last thing. Last but not least, non-vanilla features. DonutSMP adds a lot of things that are non-vanilla, like having a lobby, which, if you were in survival, that would be weird to have. It also adds some weird things that are usually not in Minecraft, which I personally like. I like the cache mechanic, which really gives DonutSMP its DonutSMP vibe. That's why I think I'm going to give this a 9. I think you could have added maybe a few more things, but I love that it didn't add too much, but it didn't add too little. If you could add anything, it'd probably be adding maybe a custom sword or something like that, since you only have a cell axe, a tree chopper, and an amethyst pickaxe. But that's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching, and my final rating on DonutSMP is 36.5 out of 40. I think this is a perfect game. Sure, you could add a few other things, and if you did add my suggestions, I would have easily rated this a 40 out of 40. This game is awesome. The owner is awesome, his videos are awesome. I say you go check out Dr. Donut's channel or stream. He does some great videos, and every once in a while he'll do a huge loot drop. I love his videos, and thank you for inspiring me to play this game, and thank you for inspiring me to make the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment your ideas of what video I should make. By commenting, you're helping me think about new ideas. And if I get 1,000 subscribers soon, I will reveal my whole gaming setup. It might be basic, it might be really awesome. Who knows? Oh, also, before I go, I'd like to announce one thing. W in the chat for Dr. Donut. Bye.